away from the other team.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one. A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Off the toss, Cohen. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Working from the gun, Wentz. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Brian Body Calhoun. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
After the interception, here's Watson. And Watson's going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Taken in at the 11. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
I think you have to chalk that one up for the defense there. Someone right on the spot, excellent coverage, didn't leave him enough room to come down inbounds, even though he did catch the football.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now they'll run it with Cohen. And now running right through it. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives them the first down yardage. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Right back to him on first down. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Yeah, he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Watson on first down. Flush to his right. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Back to throw, Watson. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Richmond. Down. Blue 80.
Watson. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Target.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
Target. Hey, Blue 80.
From the gun, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. And it's Clinton-Dix with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Montgomery. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. A pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on third down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the gun on third down, Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a fourth down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Richmond.
To throw on second is Watson. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Two jet, black 22.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down.
Black 22. Black 22. Check, watch the 4.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Wiggles free. Forced out to his left. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Watson on 3rd down. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston 1st down. On 1st and 10, Watson. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards. The Texans with the first opportunity now from the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19.
Come back.
From the red zone now, Watson. Throw left side, complete to QT. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Black 22! Black 22!
To the air yet again, Watson buying time to his... And this will be a touchdown. Deshaun Watson, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are in for 6. So a quarterback scramble, certainly a pass play, but he saw something, tucked it, and got in the end zone.
A lot of quarterbacks, when they scramble, they're scrambling to create more time to throw the ball downfield. In this situation, as you noted, he tucked it and took off. Great play by him.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is up to 5. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They'll start things on first with Torrey Cohen. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Here we go. Waiting. 81.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Burton. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Wentz. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line, Jadeveon Clowney coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 15. 35 yards that time on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
The final shot before the break, Watson. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. This is taken at the 3. And an alley to run. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. In for the score. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made.
But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll start with a give to Cohen. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. This is Cohen. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game. I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there. Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Again, it's Cohen. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. But these guys going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found. And he's got Snead. And he's got this down to the 35. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunky yardage picked up there. Now Cohen, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. On second down, here's Wentz. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he gets it down to the 32. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Shorty, shorty, shorty. 82, 82. Ram, ram, ram.
Shotgun now for Wentz. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Being chased out left. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirt.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Come on now, come on now, let's go. 81, 81.
Wentz now on first down. On the right side, this is Miller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Back, back. 120.
On first down, Wentz. The screen pass here to Cohen. Shifts by him at the 25. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They pitch it out to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. This is Cohen on the toss. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Bears on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Working from the gun, Wentz. Under pressure, and he'll go down, back at the 26-yard line. And now following that sack, looks like we've got an injured man down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This from 42 yards out. The kick by Sanders is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And now out comes Houston. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. He finds an opening past the 40. And he cuts it right sideline. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal?
Come back, come back. Down. Blue 80. Blue 80. Come back, come back.
Now it's Watson. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. The Texans send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken around the 12. He spins free. Oh, now he bowls him over. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They go play action here on first down. He uncorks it for Snead. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. 54 yards. Wentz now on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Burton. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Trey Burton, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears draw a bit closer. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will get him one closer. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Black 22! Black 22!
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Come back, come back! Hey, green 39! Green 39! Tiger!
Here's Watson. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides. So I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's
Anytime
right.
we have
That's
a
right.
defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defense...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
Tiger! Down! Black 22! Black 22! Come back!
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal?
Tiger! Black 22! Black 22!
Back to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Two huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on second down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die fourth down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
Blue 80! Blue 80! Come back, come back! Come back, come back!
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39.
We know it's tough enough to pick up first downs on third down plays, but when you go for it on fourth down, sometimes you're actually just praying, and on that play, the prayer was answered.
Green 39! Green 39!
He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Richmond. Tiger.
Watson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick Marlon Humphrey there to get a hand on it. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
Down. Blue 80. Tiger. Richmond.
Desperation time. Watson on fourth down. He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. He's going to let it fly. It's caught at the 10. And they get this all the way inside Chicago's 10. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Watson now to throw. Steps away to his left. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they up their lead to 3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10. To throw is Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Now Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Houston, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the loss drops them back to 4-3. So
I sound